Francois, hello.
Francois?
Paul, welcome in.
Is that what his alter ego is going to be when he's in Paris?
Francois.
Francois, je suis un pain de chocolat.
Je suis un Francois chocolat.
I will have a Francois with my chocolat. Merci beaucoup.
Francois buttercups. Yeah, mercy buttercups.
Mercy to the buttercups.
Mercy to the buttercups. They make nice butter with buttercups, Milo.
Oh, sugar. I didn't upload the new soundbite that I sent you.
Which soundbite?
Silver.
Silver.
Oh, hang on. I'll do it now.
Okay, just quickly upload it. I wasn't 100% sure about the one you found, to be honest. I was a bit like... Okay.
No, it's from a 1950s Lone Ranger when he shouts, "Hi-ho, Silver."
I know, but I'm just a bit like... Okay.
Well, the other one is actually the song from the 80s, which is "Hi-ho, Silver Lightning," but then that's more music, so that more likely to get struck.
We got away with gold so long.
Gold in about half a second.
That is true.
How many seconds are you allowed to put on?
On YouTube, I think it's like 5 you can get away with.
That's a...
But it's not like 5.
That's technically an old wives' tale. Apparently, there's no length of time before you can get struck. However, people have noticed that under, I think, 5 or 7, it's less likely that you'll get struck, but they technically could still claim copyright.
If you're unlucky, you may receive one copyright strike against your podcast.
I mean, is that chicken getting 0.5% for its vocals?
We're good. We're subscribed to get that sound effect. Don't come at us, people. That sound effect is included in our subscription to Epidemic Sounds.
It is. I can verify that.
Yeah.
Epidemic Sound, the best place to find your chicken sound effect.
Abattoir Sounds Volume 3.
As this Paul said, 30 days for a second and then a permaban.
That's the spirit, Paul. We're working towards it. We're getting there. Tonight on episode 220, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're giving away 5 codes for GOFest Global to you amazing listeners. How awesome's that? Listen on, because later on in the show, we're going to give you the instructions to enter our amazing competition. Thanks to Niantic for giving us these codes so we can share it with our amazing listeners. So that is something to listen to, so stay tuned, because we'll reveal more in the show. I'll do it straight away. I wish you'd be doing it now, not listening to the rest of the show. But anyway, I am joined with my 2 boys. That is Ian Waterfall and Pogo Milo UK. I am, of course, your host for tonight's show, Masterful27. How are we doing, boys? We're here. Still. 220.
220.
Yeah.
The show after Easter weekend. Trust we all had a lovely Sunday or a long weekend, whatever it was that was going on.
Chocolate egg day.
Chocolate egg day. Yeah.
As we all know, the chocolate egg rose.
Exactly. Let's keep it non-religious. We'll call it Chocolate Egg Day.
Sure, chocolate egg day.
Although, speaking of Easter eggs, have you noticed that the scamming is now with Easter eggs? They're no longer egg-shaped. They're like 2 sort of very shallow eggs that are flat.
I don't know where it was or which brand it is or whatever is going on.
I can name a couple of brands, having seen a couple of these eggs. Yes, thank you,
look
Galaxy.
Stretched. They're stretched eggs. So we've gone from having thick chocolate eggs to thin chocolate eggs to now having skinny, just thin eggs, which they're not eggs anymore.
They're not eggs, no. This scamming is on the chocolate. We're paying the same
terrible.
price, but we're getting less chocolate for our money.
I can't believe this isn't an egg.
It's not an egg.
It's not an egg.
It's just I can't believe they're selling this as an egg. the little people. Oh.
But you know how they're scamming you? Because the boxes are the same size as they used to be. So it actually
same
looks...
as crisps.
Yes.
I'm just ranting about stuff as they put more air in than crisps.
You get 20 grams in a bag of crisps nowadays.
Pathetic.
From a multi-pack. I think 25 if you buy it from the store. In the UK, that is. In America, you've obviously got the big, huge, stupid bags. But, yeah.
Well, there we go.
That's what we're coming to.
Yes, welcome.
Oh, don't get me started. Kerry in the chat's put Toblerone. Don't get me started. Dark Toblerones have been discontinued. What's that all about?
Really?
Yeah, they announced that this week. Hey, keeping ourselves relevant to the news that's going on as we record
current
this.
Chocolates
The current
affairs.
current chocolate
Yeah,
affairs.
Francesco remembers when a Mars bar was a full bar. That's
That
true,
shows his
actually. They were a
age.
lot smaller than they used to be, yeah.
Anyway, it's not all doom and gloom, is it? It's lovely to see. I mean, we'll get on to it, but it was lovely to have Marky over for a brief moment of the weekend in Ealing.
Yeah, it was good. We'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, nice. Nice to get to play some Pokemon Go this weekend. Always a bonus, being on my travels and that. I'm obviously still giddy, aren't I, Ian? You said to me before we started recording tonight, you said, well done, Mark. Even though it's Leeds United that did something, I don't know why you should be celebrating. So I'd be saying,
Exactly.
well done to
Why are you celebrating? The football team did the actual thing, not you.
Yeah, the football team did the thing. I was just stealing its joy.
Are you sure Mark didn't run onto the pitch and boot the ball in the direction that was good? That's
I think Chris Moyles would have said something about that if he'd done that.
That's my sum total of football knowledge.
I think he would have done. But all I can say is I might be down in Ealing more often because we'll be playing at the mighty Brentford next season. So there we go. There we go. Ooh la la. Very good, Milo. Very good. Ooh la la. Very good. Chocolate Easter eggs. You've got me feeling. I need some. I need some more. I need some more. I just realised that the ones I've had were smaller. So yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, disappointing.
Thin eggs.
Anyway, I'm going to jump straight into the proper introduction now, and let's say to our lovely listeners, hopefully you haven't been put off by the rations of chocolate which have been out this Easter time.
Chocolate and crisps.
But one thing we can guarantee you is that if you throw down your incenses during the show, you might get something good.
Slap on the incense, boys. It's time to go.
Oh, we sure will, Zoe. And for any people out there who have some shiny luck whilst listening to the podcast, please share your successes across our variety of social media platforms. We have X, we have Threads, we have Insta, we have Discord, Campfire, Blue Sky still. And apparently, yeah, I did say Threads, so yeah, it might still be there. Using the hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling?
Sure can. And I want to mention this actually at this point of the show. This hashtag is HINIESOFTHEWEEK. When I listened back to show 219, Milo, and you did the second hashtag, I did notice you missed a letter out of it.
Did I? No one picked up on it at the time.
I listened to it.
I certainly didn't.
And he's getting clever with that second hashtag. And I was going, and I've played him out. He's missed, I think it was the letter D. So
did I?
So well done, Milo, by giving
Actually, to be fair to Milo, being dyslexic doesn't make it easy.
A podcast on the spur of the moment is tricky.
Absolutely. But no, it was very good.
So you said Poocast, did you?
Something like that, Ian. Yeah, it was very, very funny.
Podcast, or maybe I said incense. I don't know.
Think it's Incensed Podcast, I think it was.
Incensed Podcast. Welcome to the Incensed Podcast.
But no, that isn't how you win a ticket for GOFest Global. I know what you're trying to do there, little Easter eggs in the pre-Easter show. No, that is not what we're doing. But Ian, there's some old traditional ways of people contacting the show that I've overlooked. What are those, mate?
Well, there's two. We have an email address, which is contact@incensedpodcast.com, and a very, very lonely WhatsApp number that hasn't had any love since before Milan, to be honest. So it really needs somebody dropping a voice message, and that number is +44 759 269 5696. And yeah, it does feel like that. When I actually looked at the phone, there was an awkward cricket actually sounding.
Oh, come on. Give it some love out there. You know, we want to hear
The only WhatsApp message you received was from an insect.
Yes.
The loneliest...
And one for me saying test because I wondered if the actual line was still active.
The loneliest WhatsApp number in the world. Come on, everyone. Don't be shy. We love to hear your voices. Give it a try.
Yeah, come on, Simon. Come on, Saul.
Yeah.
Come on, Dwayne.
Where are our regulars?
We're our regular contributors.
Yeah, come on, everyone. If you leave a message on our voicemail on WhatsApp, you won't win a code for Global GoFest, unfortunately, but I don't know where we might have gone with that one. That would be a little bit too obvious. So, that's it. Formalities done. Competition announced at the beginning. We're not revealing how you do that yet. We're going to drag this out as long as we can on today's show.
Yeah, we need you to listen to a bit of the show, actually, before we give the competition details.
We need a bit of run.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Listening time and all that good stuff. So, we've said, and no further ado, should we jump into the content of tonight's, this morning, this afternoon's, whenever you're listening to it, Pokemon Go Good the show.
And now, children, it's time for Getting to Know You with the Incensed podcast.
I love when that jingle was recorded, how her best voice was put on. Did you like that? It was all very out. It was just very, very well presented, wasn't it, boys? Do you remember that?
That was the first soundbite she did for us, yeah.
And now look where she's gone. Look where she's gone. Slap on the incense, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we have gone back to tradition. I am boring like that, I have been told. So,
I'm boring us.
hashtag I am boring us. So yes, it's the good old getting to know you question. And it's been a busy week, been travelling quite a lot, haven't had a lot of time to think about a lot of things. And, when you're always on the go and you're busy, you kind of you can have a mixture of emotions. So it doesn't have to be how I've worded it, but you can pick a time while you do it. But the original question I came up with was what's your go-to comfort food? And I did say when you're feeling down, but people can have comfort foods for a variety of ways and feelings. So what is your go-to comfort food, boys? Because I know we talk about food quite a bit, but I don't think we've ever specifically picked a go-to food for purposes of comfort.
It's a tough question because my favourite comfort food when I'm feeling down is whiskey, but that's...
Clearly it has been a long time then.
He's not been down for 2 years.
It's been a while. I've not been down for a while, actually. My go-to comfort food, I've got two, but obviously I can only use one.
Cheetos.
Chocolate. Chocolate is a biggie for me. I do love chocolate, but I'll be honest, my go-to comfort food is, and I can smash a multi-pack on my own, has to be crisps. Or if you're American, chips. That is definitely my go-to comfort food. Definitely my go-to comfort food.
So are we just saying crisps, Ian?
Crisps / chips, because the Americans
no,
possibly...
clarifying the bloody food.
Yeah, we're
a British podcast.
Oh,
it is crisps. We invented the language.
Yeah. Got British people go, what? Are they chips, like oven chips?
Yeah, we invented the
food
language. They bastardised
chips
it, but it's
without fish.
Yes. So Ian, you're about crisps, though, aren't you, Ian? You're like about
Yes.
the bags of crisps, aren't you?
It's all about the savoury. It's all about the savoury.
Ooh, I like savoury.
This is tricky because my go-to comfort food is whatever happens to be in the house at the time, really.
Actually, to be honest, I've been there. Your go-to comfort food is stealing your stepdaughter's chocolate.
Yeah.
Or his stepdaughter's calling the caterpillar birthday cake. Oh, that was your cake. Sorry, Milo.
That was actually my cake, yeah. That was actually let off the hook once. For me, that if I had, it doesn't matter what the supply is, if it's there and available, I cannot stop. Once I've started eating them, I cannot stop. And it's particularly good if you're going through a tricky edit, and you're feeling depressed, the fact that it's going to take you 600 more years, as that's what it feels like. I will demolish a pack of biscuits instantly. So,
to Americans, that's cookies, not the biscuits you have with gravy.
Ian!
Stupid.
Silly
biscuits.
People. Biscuits. Exactly.
From the French word for twice cooked, isn't it?
Biscuits.
That's what it is. That's it. Biscuit, something like that. So, yeah, it doesn't matter really what it is, as long as it doesn't have fruit in it.
Got to admit, biscuits are, again, generally savoury. That's a good choice.
Yes, so we're going for crisps and then biscuits. And Marky,
both of them,
what are you going to pick?
Both of them are go-tos.
Chocolate Easter eggs?
Nobody's gone sweet yet. Nobody's gone sweet.
No.
Sweet chocolate biscuits?
Bourbons. I reckon that's got Milo's name.
Oh, no, it's custard creams all the way. Oh, Bourbons.
We had that today, didn't we? We're going to have that as a one-off. Bourbons.
If I was going super
creams.
specific, it would have to be a chocolate hobnob.
Oh, that's a good biscuit.
It's a very good biscuit. Dunkable as well. Right. So it's got to be dunkable. It's got to be dunkable.
It's maxed out the dunk stat.
Yeah. So, comfort food, it could be for any reason, actually. But, so, listen, I'm not a big lover of sweet stuff. I like sweet stuff, don't get me wrong. But I'm not drawn to sweet stuff when I want to eat loads of it and I want to have something which is going to be for my comfort. I like tapas stuff like that. That stuff I like, picky stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a few little punnets of it on the table, pick it, a bit of cheese, bit of meat, whatever it is. So I'm going to say tapas. Nice. Tapas is my go-to comfort food. That's a variety of things in there, but it's all savoury. I think we've got a nice little poll there, I think. So crisps, biscuits. And tapas. Anyone from America who wants to know, tapas is tapas, okay? There you go. Right.
Haven't messed that one up yet.
Oh, it might be small picky foods.
I think it's small bites, isn't it? Small bites.
I was joking at it, is it? Small bites.
Well, Ian is our resident American, so he
is.
Well, tapas isn't American, it's Spanish.
Are biscuits English, Ian?
It depends.
Are crisps English, Ian?
Crisps are definitely
Are
English.
you English, Ian?
Yeah. Ian?
I'll let you answer that question yourself, boys.
He's getting more and more un-English every day, bless him.
He's un-Englishifying.
I've got the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat.
Moving on.
You just need yourself a Mustang horse.
So we go, that is the poll. That will be out on our social media platforms. I might even put it on Insta tonight. So let's see how that... What? That's crazy talk. You boys need to take the weight of this next conversation on so I can actually do that, though. So we had an event on at the weekend just gone. Quite a fun. We've actually had a couple of events on. One that's just about finished as we record the show now. We'll be talking about that later in the show. But we had a Gigantamax Raid day on the Saturday between 2 and 5 p.m. The much-loved Snorlax was making its Gigantamax debut in Pokemon Go. And it was one of those events which had so much promise. Nothing could go wrong with this. Excitement. It was something
trainers.
It was something that everybody was looking forward to. So, boys, how was it? How did you play it? What did you get out of it? What did we learn from it?
I think before we get into that chat, it's a perfect time to...
I think so, Ian. And some say that Niantic interns' nipples glow in the dark.
And when they planned GoFest Paris, they actually thought it was going to be in Texas. All we know is it's time to...
Ask the intern.
There's one thing that I think should be in this section, but unfortunately it won't be. We're going to talk about that later on. But the thing that was an issue, shall we say, was posted by Niantic support a couple of hours after the Snorlax event had ended in a section of APAC. So it says, trainers, we are aware of an issue where Gigantamax Snorlax may not be appearing at all power spots with Gigantamax battles during Max Battle Day hours. Thank you for your patience while we investigate this issue. And then a little while later, we posted, trainers, we're updating that the Gigantamax Snorlax Max Battle Day event will be extended until 7 p.m. local time in regions where it is still active. The issue affecting Snorlax's appearance at power spots has been resolved, and Snorlax will now appear at all power spots during the event. Related event bonuses have already been extended accordingly. And I need to find the reply from our good friend Kiwi Steve, who shared the timestamp of when they posted this update, because it was something like 7:46 p.m. in New Zealand. So they fixed an issue and extended the battle day.
One of two issues.
Well, there's one issue that we'll get onto that needs fixing, and they haven't addressed it yet at this time. And I can tell you, an enormous amount of people fed back to them about this directly.
They really did. There was so many messages about this because, let's just touch on it. The throw circle, it was
hitbox.
Impossible.
Stupid.
It was impossible to throw anything better than a nice throw because you were just unable to actually center the ball.
A couple of times hit a grate. I was able to, after 8 battles, which is all I did in the end. So I eventually got my iron with getting a great throw, which was kind of revolutionary. One time I fluked an excellent, and I don't know how on earth I did that. It's on camera.
He did as well.
I don't know how I hit that excellent and what it qualified as.
How? Because literally you were flicking about a centimetre and it was only...
to go from the opposite side of the phone screen and then basically throw horizontally across the screen. So you then had a really shallow throw to then land it, and it was very counterintuitive, of course. But this issue, and I don't know if there's been an update about this to anybody who's in APAC, who is in a region where the issue affected them, but then Niantic fixed the issue and extended the event to a time that was after they'd already finished after the extended time.
Yeah. And then this is the problem.
What?
APAC, in particular, New Zealand, gets the short end of the wedge every time because whenever a fix is put in place, the event's already finished for them 99% of the time.
I don't understand why they didn't just say, look, it's extended till 9 p.m. Really, there you go if you want to. But there's this thing about extending an event beyond what it was meant to be already as a fix. It's not a fix. It never really has been, in my view, because if you have issues, a lot of people will decide to bugger off home.
Well, there's that, but there's also the point that people only have a finite amount of money or resource they're willing to put into an event. And on these battle days, you are very much restricted to how much you can actually store and use in terms of max particles. So it's a tough one because extending the day really doesn't help anybody.
I mean, it certainly wouldn't have helped us because I saw our local community ambassador shared saying, oh, look, they've extended the battle day past 7 p.m, so we'll do some more battles. Now, they were up in Wembley. I wasn't. We stayed in Ealing. We got a crew together here of about 30 players to start with, and it very quickly whittled down, I think, to about 19. Which was just about enough because there were some low-level accounts.
Yeah.
So I think we concluded about 4 p.m. for us.
You did well then to do 2 hours of it.
I mean, it was slow, obviously just slow paced. So it's one of these things you think, like, I hope that they make proper compensation for those players affected where they were unable to do the max battles they wanted to.
They might get a research if they're lucky. They might just get some max
if
particles.
They get the research back that gets the max particles, that's fine, I would say.
They're not really going to get encounters with a G-Max Snorlax, unfortunately, in my eyes. I can't imagine that that's going to happen.
That was the official issue with Gigantamax Snorlax, was the fact that the event wasn't working properly and they extended the event and it didn't help the affected areas properly. But back to the actual event, for our side, I know, Vasa, you are slightly incapacitated at the moment.
I am, but I still did manage to get my carcass out and do a few of these because I am partial to a max battle. And
throw knuckles at a Snorlax.
I literally hobbled to the local park and there was an okay number. We only had about 12 or 13 people, but a couple of others joined us throughout the sort of hour that we did. And we actually we did okay. We managed 4 G-Max battles in that time. Shinies were very few on the ground. I think only 3 of us managed to get a shiny. But I did get my shiny. It was a filthy, terrible 2-star.
Classic.
I didn't really care.
You got it in 4, Ian. That's amazing.
Yeah. I got nothing good in terms of IVs or stats. So
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I did get the shiny, so that's all that matters.
Did you manage to catch all of yours?
Yes.
Oh, well done, Ian.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
Well, it was close on a couple of times. It was down to sort of last 1, 2, 3 balls, but I did get them all. There were people that had a couple of runners.
The runners are annoying.
Yeah.
Marky experienced it on his very first battle. It ran away, and you're like, when you start a day like that, you think, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
It's a bit demoralising, is it? Yeah, like you said, like I think for me, I have no issue with Pokemon fleeing. Do you know what? That I've never had an issue with that. That's part of the game. I think when you make a choice to spend some money, and there'll be a big percentage of players that don't have a community where they have to travel to go and take part in these events, myself included, all that you can ask for, if you can throw it, because you know how to do it, is you can throw the best throw at any Pokemon and have a chance of catch it. So all I say is all that you can ask for in the game.
Yeah, opportunity.
And the fact that we had a lot of people have them run. We went 3 raids down and some people had 2 raids down, both had 2 out of 2 run, flee because they couldn't catch it. And then you then find out you catch them on the most stupidest of throws. Yeah, when I videoed it, I caught one on the most ridiculous of throws. I tried to replicate for Milo and it missed it.
Threw the ball away.
But that was kind of how I caught it. But barring being very lucky to get beat the 1 in 20 odds for a shiny, which is kind of what they are approximately, you had to rely on luck more than you should have to rely on normally. You know, I think on average from our group of sort of 20 people that were playing, most people had lost about a third of them approximately, didn't they, on the day?
Between a third to a half.
Yeah, wow. Which again, if you've got the ticket, you know, okay, you've either bought it or someone's kind of gifted it you know, you get chances to do it within that ticket. but not everyone had tickets. And some people were paying for particle packs to take part in them.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it hadn't been Snorlax, I think people wouldn't have persevered so much, because I think it is actually probably one of the most solid designs.
Snorlax is a fan favourite.
Yeah, 100% agree. Me and my battle day, obviously we did 8 because we were like, look, let's get the 8 battles so people can do their ticket particles, basically. And I was lucky to get shiny on the 3rd or 4th. I think it was the 4th battle because the 3rd one decided to run away. So out of that 8, I lost half. I lost 4 of my catches. Now, I had sort of shot myself in the foot a little bit with that one because...
Oh, Ian, this is brilliant. You'll love this.
Like a day beforehand, I'd done the 24-hour challenge for the Pokémon Horizons Celebration Event. And anybody who played that would know that Florigato and Pikachu were absolute beeps to catch.
Barstools.
And I ran through 300 plus golden razzes during the course of that. So I arrived, I didn't even notice because you just don't think about it. It's like, I've got golden razzes, sure. And there was one Snorlax, I think it was the 3rd Snorlax, and it was like, I don't have any golden razzes. Oh no. So what do I do here? And I started throwing silver pineapples at it, and the Snorlax was just instantly out. It was like, no golden raz, no catch for you, Sunshine, which is where the 3rd one ran away after Marky had done a fantastic penultimate throw and basically loosely tossed the ball into the oblivion. It was a very funny moment. But I was sort of rewarded with the shiny the next battle. It was like an 1811 CP. I was like, that's fine, got the shiny. Honestly, beating the 1 in 20 odds, very, very thankful for that, considering D-Max Raikou, I did like nearly 30 battles for that, no shiny, getting that one. So this was better, and we persevered to get people their 8 battles. Thankfully, there were no crashes or anything that we could see, so nobody glitched out of these battles, and it was quite a nice little crew.
We did have a couple of glitches at our side.
You did? Okay, yeah. So a few people glitched out of that one. But the final battle was great, because that gave, I think, 3 or 4 shinies out of a crew of 17.
Nice.
Which was really solid.
Good start, solid.
Marky included.
Nice. So we all got the shiny from this event.
Yeah. It was magical. Yes. I got one on the last raid, the 8th one that we did.
Yours was okay stat-wise. Mine was filthy. Mine was embarrassing, but it was okay stats, yours, if I remember right.
Yeah, notable shout-out to one of the trainers that we were with who got a shiny on their first 2 and then their 3rd raid.
Oh, yeah, somebody had insane luck.
Ian.
Wow.
3 in a row.
Shiny.
If Francesco hadn't been in Central, that would have been him.
I think he went Central and didn't get anything.
No. He didn't get a shiny. No, he didn't get a shiny.
Most unfortunate.
But it was great fun. Like, from my perspective, I loved it. It was great. You can see how these events just don't stand a chance in an area where you haven't got a community. You can't do it, unfortunately. And even if you could muster enough to kind of take down, you're reliant on the movesets being right. And you also...
I think we did it with, I think 11 was our smallest number.
Yeah, I've seen people do it with like 10, but I did see some people were able to do it with one team. Like
I was about to say that. I saw on, I think it was YouTube or Insta, that a few people said they could do it with one team.
Yeah, which just means you have to have the absolute right Pokemon and the right moveset to versus. And
yeah, Barside said they did it with a lobby of 4.
There you go. Well, Barside, I was going to say, managed to do, what was he said? 0 from 35 battles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of max particles. That's a lot of time and everything. And I applaud anybody who does that extent.
Unlucky, I must say.
Our own Francois that went to Central London, 14 done, caught 12, no shinies. Best IV was 93%, though.
There you go. Oh, the only thing is Mark and I both lost a pretty decent IV one. I think mine was going to be a 96 and Mark was a 93 or something like that. We both lost it, but then I was very thankful. I used my lucky trinket with my better half. We swapped our Snorlaxes. Mine came out at a 93.
Francesco? He didn't tell me that.
No. He didn't have a shiny to swap.
when you said your better half, you confused me.
It's the medicine talking, Vasa.
So we went to the social medias over the weekend. Hey, check out X. Bit of presence going on X at the moment. It's nice to see some people engaging with us on the posts.
Nice.
It's very nice. It's very nice. A couple of polls on at the moment. Both got a bit of interest in them as well. Yeah. And we put a real-time post in after the Snorlax event had concluded. And it was so Gmax Snorlax Battle Day thoughts, and I put in brackets, or we put in brackets collectively, without mentioning Catch Circle, winky face, to get a feel. We had a lot of comments on this, and we had a hell of a lot of reach on it. So that was encouraging. But it was very much a divide. I think our experiences were very much noted and replicated, and some people were in my boat unable to sort of do it. But Lee Puttock, I just want to pick 2 or 3 guys if that's all right. So
Go for it.
Lee Puttock has put, never got to attempt one power spot on resort, tried setting up a campfire event, no one turned up. Just before restaurant reservations saw it say 4 people in a lobby as the raid was live until well after 6. No time to get there and join, so just went and enjoyed the meal. That's fine. Jasmine, Apple BY Ig, as I Eek has put, couldn't find a squad to do it. All the local squad went to other local towns, so didn't manage any. Broken heart emoji. Thomas, and that's at 96_Tom L, has put utter My local city was struggling, and I kept seeing level 20s and lower in lobbies. It was the Easter long weekend, and obviously people were away, so I was relying on the city to carry me. No shiny, which annoyed me. My words, not his, to no end. And the fact that we haven't got Gmax Spatchop annoys me.
Just you wait.
Just you wait. Someone called Newcombs. Oh, Mike's on there. And he's
Mr. Shundo Pornyard.
Yeah, he says, well, you could say it went well. And he's got a 98% shiny Snorlax Gigantamax, so I think it went very well.
That was a lucky trade, wasn't it, he did?
A lucky trade, yes, and not as well as...
better than any of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Fiddy's put, the biggest challenge is just getting a community together, let alone getting everyone on the same page. Cannot wait for remote raiding. And this is my alter X account. That's AVV16YY. I did 8 battles and got the shiny on the last, so it went well.
There you go.
Mirror stories.
Smashing. There's one thing, actually, sorry, on the note of, it was Lee Puttock who was saying like they've got 1 power spot. Something I think would be quite good for a max battle day like this is that, versus a raid day, if you spin the stop at a gym, you will always get your orange pass to come. Mm-hmm. Like you can have 1 or 2 gyms in your local area and do the raid day, do your free passes. But once you've done the max power spot and got the particles, you can't get any more. And that really damages anybody who may actually be able to get a small group of people together, but then you are stumped because it's going to take you have to walk a kilometer to then get the particles to then come back round to do the same battle. So that would be a good update to, I think, a Gmax battle day, personally.
I thought that was a bit weird, actually, Milo. Even we were all a bit like, hold on here, can we not use it at this...
When you're at the end of the half-hour cycle, you're like, I'll just sit at this power spot because,
the mon will respawn, but you can't still get particles once you play particles from that stuff.
Which kind of stumped a lot of people, because I think I'd saved particles up from the day before, but not everybody had. So then you're like, some people have the particles, some people don't, so we're going to have to miss this one and go to a different one. And
it's weird, isn't it? Hassle. It's weird, though, isn't it, that? It doesn't say that in the terms of the ticket, does it? There's nothing on the terms saying you can't use you can't get your max particles at the same power spot.
It just says you'll be able to collect... It's always
been a thing with power spots, hasn't it?
No, but it says you'll be able to collect 800 or 8 times the amount of max particles from power spots, but it doesn't say anything about, refreshing.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't say anything about it being a one-time thing. So it's one of those grey areas where they haven't actually specified, but we see it physically what it means.
Well, that's it. That's enough talk about the big...
That's it, pretty much, yeah.
Let's let Sleeping Snorlax lie.
Yeah, Sleeping Snorlax lie. One of you can take us into some news, I think.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of raid days,
over
to you, Vasa, in...
It is. It's the news.
And we've got a few pieces of news to bring you tonight, a lot of which were dropped at the last minute. However, the first piece of news we're bringing you is literally 3 years to the day, give or take, we had the same raid day. Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day is Saturday, May the 3rd, 2025, between 2 and 5 p.m. And the last Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day that we had was Sunday, May the 1st, 2022. 3 years apart.
Jeez, it's just like Heracross then.
It really is, except this is actually straight up admitting that it is a Mega Kanga Raid Day, which, you know what, it's not a bad Mega, but it is a repeat raid day here.
I can't believe we're actually going down this road. So, yeah, there is actually a featured attack this time round that's going to basically, I'm pretty sure, do absolutely nothing.
New content.
For Kangaskhan. It will be able to stomp now, and it does some power in trainer battles or gyms and raids. The difference is very minor, but there is some difference. We won't go into the numbers. However, the event bonuses for the Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day 2.0 are exactly the same as every other raid day that we've ever seen exist, pretty much. The remote raid pass limit will increase to 20 from Friday, May the 2nd at 8 p.m. to Saturday, May the 3rd at 8 p.m. PDT. You can receive 5 additional free passes from spinning the gym stops, which is great. And, of course, there's a shiny boost on the Kangaskhan encounter from Mega Raids. Now, just something to note, looking back at old Kangaskhan Raid Day 1, there was no remote raid limit back then. And now, it's that thing of like, why is this the bonus? I mean, it's hysterical. 20 remote raids. Yay! We did like 1 million billion, or could have done 1 million billion back then.
Well, speaking of the original OG Kangaskhan, Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day, I got a shiny on my last raid and accidentally ran from it. I'm still scarred by that.
Are you looking to repeat said circumstance?
No, because I have plenty of shinies of Kanga. I don't really need to prove anything.
All the more excuse then.
Yeah, I remember when you did that, Ian. Oh dear, your face. You were like,
Yeah.
oh no.
I clicked off it.
I was just trying to swipe away a notification and end up just literally...
That was before Ian had heard of Don't Disturb.
I knew of it, I just hadn't activated it.
Ian, I felt for you. I remember you went, oh. It's just your face. You went, oh no.
I know. It's like...
But,
oh no.
But now, they're common. So...
That's the thing. They really are.
Well, there is an event ticket for this event, and for the usual price of the usual higher price of $4.99, or the equivalent price of tea in your local currency, you can purchase a ticket that grants the following wishes, the following bonuses, I should say. Your 8 additional raid passes from spinning gym photo discs for a total of 14 for the day. You get an increased chance to get rare Cam GXL from raid battles. You get 50% more XP from raid battles and 2 times Stardust from these said raid battles. And these bonuses will be effective on Saturday, May the 3rd from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. Trainers will be able to purchase and give tickets to any of their friends in Pokemon Go that have achieved a friendship level of great friends or higher with. And please note that
purchase, including those made for other trainers, are non-refundable. Subject to typical law and exceptions set forth in the terms of service. Tickets cannot be purchased with poker coins.
And please note the ticket will only be available in the game shop until Saturday, May the 3rd at 4 p.m. local time. So if you get a chance, you might decide to play the last hour. Yep. So there you go.
And if you don't feel like putting your hand in your pocket and parting with your hard-earned money, then there is a free timed research that will be available during the event. Completing the timed research will earn you the following bonuses and rewards. 10,000 Stardust, 1,000 additional Stardust for completing a raid battle for a total of 2,000 Stardust, or 3,000 Stardust with the event ticket, and quite vaguely, more. The timed research is quite what it says on the tin, so you need to complete the timed research before the end of the event on Saturday, May 3rd, before 5 p.m. local time.
And the web store exists. There's going to be an Ultra Ticket Box available for $4.99, or the equivalent in your local currency, which means that you can buy the event ticket and a bonus premium battle pass at no additional cost. Ooh. So you're basically getting an extra quid thrown in there.
And it'll help you on your reward track as well.
It's not the end of the world. Oh, yes, it will help you on April's reward road is going to run out soon. Get your purchases in now.
Claim your goodies.
Every cloud.
I don't think there's much we need to say about this event.
I don't think there is. It's. I mean, Kerry said in the chat, it's a regional and we don't get Kangaskhan in the UK. But it's not very interesting for anyone that's been playing this game for any length of time, the amount of time that Kangaskhan has been out.
And how many times it's been featured in places. Because I have a shiny Kangaskhan from 2023 New York GOFest.
Yeah, and Mega Kangaskhan, it's had a raid day, but it has been out before. It's not just been a raid day mon, so...
Kiento Tour.
But it is 3 years since we've seen it.
Yeah. I don't mind seeing a repeated raid day necessarily, but I do have a bit of beef with the fact that we still have Megas that haven't been released, and we've already seen...
I know, bring us Camerupt.
2 repeated raid days for Megas. I know one of them had Hariyama and Scraggy chucked in there, and technically Absol is a new raid day, but that Mega is about as old as the Bible. So
Milo, flipping it.
Where is Camerupt, Sharpedo, and I know Metagross
Old
is kind
Testament
of
or
high.
New Testament?
Yeah, Old
You
Testament.
take your pick, honestly.
Francesco has said in the chat, though, admin and artist for the podcast, has said
Yeah, this is the
there
age-old
will still
thing.
be new players that need it because we're
by that
bitching
mean,
about how
by
bad it
that
is. But
standing, you could bring back Kanto Tour and all of it.
No.
Literally, then every event is
let's
up
not
for
give them
grabs.
that idea. No.
Let's get through all the megas. You can bring in repeat mega raid days, I think, not a problem, and they give them the bonuses, and it's absolutely
Bear in mind,
fair
we've got
cop.
4 more tour events. They could quite easily go back to Kanto in 5 years' time.
Afterwards, that's a fair amount of time, though. And I think 3 years is a very long time as well, so it's okay. But it's the fact that we have some really bad megas, or 2 specifically, Sharpedo and Camerupt, that have been sitting there gathering dust.
Sharpedo might be bad, but it looks great.
Yeah, looks.
I think the design's important with these.
Yeah, it is.
It is, and they'll have their use with the bonuses for typings and candy bonuses and everything. But it's just, can we get those megas released, and then we can go through rehashing old megas and whatever? Because don't forget,
Roadmap Whitfield.
Legend ZA is going to come at the end of November, and that will bring a whole roster.
Exactly. So
of
they've got the
new megas
remaining
again.
sort of four-ish Pokemon
Well, I think
megas.
there's
They've got to pad them
3.
out.
If
Well,
we're going
two
to
versions of Mewtwo.
Mega Mewtwo will probably be left till GoFest next year, I think.
Yeah, well, there's 2
10
versions of that.
years.
Then you've got Camerupt, Sharpedo, and Metagross. So actually, of those 5, there's still some good ones to come.
Yeah, just drop Camerupt. We've
Well.
been taking the
Bring
about it
Mega
for
Voltino in the.
years.
Oh, we've got that already. That's all
We've
right.
got that.
Let's
That's
tick them
fine.
off.
New Mega ticked, done. Kangaskhan, why?
Let's move on with our lives. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
anyway, we've
seriously.
talked about that far too much. We need to. So that is Kangaskhan Raid Day, and good luck to all those people in Australia. Hope you have a great time with that one.
Yeah, exactly. Get your regional now with a shiny boost.
Yeah. They should just give everyone a regional mega for that event in their area, shouldn't they? Just to really rub salt on it. We'll have Mega Mr. Mime.
Yes. Actually, I'd rather have Mega Mime Jr.
Mega.
Yeah.
How do you mega a baby?
Yeah, let's not go down that road, Ian.
Don't
So,
ask, it's Pokemon.
talk about babies. They like to play games, Ian. I think I've had to relinquish the Game Lord title this week because I won it last week and I'm hosting to this time around.
It's been a common theme.
But yeah, we've got a competition, haven't we? No, we're not going to talk about.
Let's make people wait a bit longer.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
After the game, maybe.
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 But it will be after the game, but maybe at some point after
Maybe
the
not.
game.
Maybe next week. You don't know. Ian, what
No, it'll
game
be
are you
this
picking?
week. So I am bringing back a game we've not played for a while.
Ooh.
Name that Pokemon.
Oh
Oh,
my god. It's so old it doesn't even have vocals.
This is going back to its roots. 1 of 3 GoFest this year is going to be in Japan. 1 of 3 GoFest this year is going to be in Paris, France. And 1 of the 3 will be in New Jersey. Now, I've steered away from the Japanese pronunciations.
So it's French.
So the only one that we will potentially all be at is France. Now, my French is terrible, so do not expect anything sounding like French pronunciations, but these are all the French names of Pokemon. So we're going to play first to... do you want to do first to 3?
First to 7.
just a set.
Well, I've done 5, so we can do... Yep. We'll do first to 3. I've got 5, so we'll do first to 3.
Perfect.
We don't have a baguette off.
No.
Fact.
And I'm going to ease you in. So with this one, you both should get this
Thanks
straight
for that, Ian.
away.
Be gentle.
I am being gentle.
Tip first on the
Your
baguette.
first Pokemon is... Remember, this is first one. There's no buzzer, so first one to shout the answer out.
Okay.
Your first Pokemon is... Olivini.
Smoliv.
Well done, Milo.
Well done, Whitfield.
Doesn't quite
Now.
have the same ring as Smoliv the olive.
No.
Are we ready for our second Pokemon with the French name?
Go
Yes.
for it, E.
Your next Pokemon, this is for Mark to equalise or Milo to literally match point. Verpom.
Vileplume?
No.
Apom.
No.
Verpom.
Think back to your French classes.
Pansage?
No. Verpom.
I was thinking it was like green.
We know a pomme de terre is a potato, but what is a pomme?
An apple.
Applin.
Correct.
It's an apple.
2-0. So, Milo, this is for the game.
Le game.
Tell me what Pokemon is Ama Ama.
Amma.
Yanma?
No.
Changmo-o?
No.
Jigglypuff?
No.
Barboach?
No.
Amma.
It's the same thing twice, isn't it? So it's like...
But not necessarily.
Amma.
That's
No,
the
it is
that's
it is
the
in
name.
French, but not necessarily English.
It's the same Amma, though, twice, isn't it? Are you...
Amma.
Amma. Do you want a clue?
Yes, please, Ian.
Hang on. Tinker-tink?
No, incorrect.
Olive the Olive?
This Pokemon is from Alola.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Oh, what?
Damn it. That would be the stroke of genius then.
I mean, I don't know the regions, so I'm Hariyama, is it?
Incorrect. Would you like another clue?
Why is Pokédex inviting me to a Mega Marwell?
Don't know, and you shouldn't have your game on Milo. Yama.
It doesn't help in this scenario.
Would you like another clue?
Go on then.
Go on.
This is a rock steel type.
Skarmory.
No.
From Alola.
I don't know Alola, Milo. It's literally because we no help
From
whatsoever.
Alola Mola. No, it's not
Alola and
Alola Mola.
Geodude.
No.
What the hell is... I've genuinely forgotten what is
Yamask.
rock steel. Yamask.
No.
Yamask.
Do you want another clue?
Yanma.
What's
No.
rock steel in Alola, Milo? Come on.
I can give you one more clue, but you should get it straight away.
Well, he will, but I won't.
Okay.
Oh, is it Diglett?
No.
Alolan Diglett.
Alolan Diglett.
The last clue I can give you for this one, boys, is this is an Ultra Beast that's been in raids recently.
Blacephalon.
Stakataka.
Oh, very good, Ian.
It
Milo.
was
You
the
put
other
what-
half of the Ultra Beast, though.
you went the other half. Yes, Stakataka.
Hang on, the one that shiny is...
Beautiful Pokemon.
It is. Still need it, but very good.
So 3-0 to Whitfield. And really bad, I didn't even try and
That's
pronounce
really
some French.
inconvenient because it's my show.
That's why
Yeah, I'm seeing
do
a
it.
pattern developing here.
I know. I have an idea that means I can be the Game Lord.
Oh,
This will
okay.
be fine. Okay,
Ooh.
got this. Honestly, nice return to form, Vasa, with Name That Pokemon. We haven't played the OG version for years.
That was very
Well, I couldn't be jacked to edit the reverse Pokemon today, so.
Stack attacker backwards.
attacker backwards.
Attack.
Well done, Milo. Now we know you can speak the French when we're in Paris. I feel more reassured. So
I'll go into a bakery and say, Je suis un
Boulangerie Whitfield.
boulangerie. I'm turning up. I would like a
Macca.
poissy. I think that's Goldine.
That's fish, isn't it? Yeah, Pressy. Very good, Milo. Just go to McDonald's, ask for a Macca there. See what they give you.
Macca.
La Royale with cheese.
Oh. Better options abroad in McDonald's, I think, Ian.
I think in McDonald's in France, you can even get beer from
You
McDonald's.
can. Yep, you can. McBacon as well. I remember that one. That was nice. Yeah, you can, Ian. Beer. Unbeer. You could actually in Dortmund as well when we were out there.
You can in Germany, yeah.
They do
Civilised.
It right. They do it right.
Well, that's
Civilised.
because in England, if you could get alcohol from a McDonald's, you just get loutish behaviour.
And you wouldn't eat. I'll have 7 beers.
You don't need beer to make it loutish behaviour in McDonald's in England.
Very true.
It is
true.
just natural.
Trisbon.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, moving on. The celebration event has drawn to a close finally, and it's actually been an okay event. So good that Milo decided to kill himself by walking around Ealing for
not sure you can
24
say that
hours
word.
straight. Sorry?
I'm not sure you can say that.
Well, I just did.
Yeah.
He decided to disconnect himself from the Incensed podcast server of life.
Well, you did, because whenever you do these 24-hour events, you just go dark and we never hear from you for a day.
I have to.
And a half.
We don't hear from you or your feet, Milo. We don't.
Yes.
Yeah, so before Milo starts talking about how amazing and how he got a gajillion shinies during the event,
Jillian.
Marky, talk to us about your event. Did you get the shiny Floragato? Did you get the shiny Cat Pikachu?
What the
How did your event go?
I was relying on listening to you Ian telling me which Pokemon were available in it, until that gold went over 2 of them, so I don't know what I was hunting.
I know you got at least one of them, Marky.
Cat Pika and Florigato with Lico's pin.
Yeah, or the yo-yo as I called it, the purple yo-yo. Yeah, good event, liked it. Yeah, I think it was something that offered quite a lot. for people. Absolutely fantastic. Highlights for me, I was in Ireland for part of it, so I got myself my second shiny Slugma ever. Woohoo!
Nice.
In Ireland. What were the odds of that?
It's an Irish slug.
It's an Irish slug. So
They eat them over there, don't
completed
they?
the
That's France.
that's
Snails.
snails in.
A slug's just a snail without a shell.
Shell. Yeah.
I'll bring the Irish over. They can clear out the garden. Fantastic.
Slugs are horrible. Slugma. So happy with that one. And yes, Milo, as I was parking the car up in West London, I got my Florigato shiny, which I was very satisfied. It was a Dex entry for me as well when I got it in my shiny Dex entry, so that was quite a nice moment. What else was part of it? The Ultra Beast, so they were still part of it beforehand, weren't they? They were still kicking around.
They weren't specifically part of the event, but they were around. So Blacephalon and Stakataka were still in raids during the event.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You had Tink out of 7Ks.
Yes, I was hatching from 7K eggs.
I didn't really hatch any eggs, so but I got my 2 Tinks from the research. So that's
if you had the ticket, the premium ticket, then you got 2 encounters.
Got a couple there. But yeah, I didn't get my Pika, unfortunately. And that was it. So yeah, nice little event. And one you could just dip in and out of, which is quite handy, actually. It wasn't a taxing event. The research was quite easy to do. So yeah, that's all you really want from it. So what's he going to talk about, Ian? Do you think he collected everything? Do you think, and more, do you think?
Well, let's find out. Yeah. I'm sure he got everything.
In his 2.4 hour challenge?
2.4 hour.
It's amazing the power of editing, isn't it? When it
is.
Yeah, it looks seamless.
24-minute challenge.
You don't see any of the.
It's a 24-hour challenge, but it doesn't. Technically, he didn't need to be playing it for 24 hours. He could just go and do his shopping. And
where's the authenticity in that?
Yeah, honestly. Creative output.
It's called editing, isn't it? It's called editing. You don't actually have to play it for 24 hours.
What? Set an alarm every half an hour. Oh, funny enough, I've done a clip and I'm in my living room.
You were doing that anyway, wasn't you? When you were doing your Insta trip.
Milo, that'd be brilliant. I'm in my living room.
I've walked 30 kilometres, but
what you do is walk over the street and just face a different direction.
I love that. That is so funny.
Just green screen it. That'd be brilliant. Look.
I'm in McDonald's.
Look, I'm in New York.
Place.
I'm in New York.
I said when we looked at this event at the start, I thought it looked really, really solid, and I really enjoyed playing this event, and possibly to the most extent that you could do. So I did pretty much get everything, including good stuff from the eggs. I maxed out on the eggs.
Of course you did.
Every single day. I will say there were lots of things that I personally needed from that egg pool.
There was only 4 Pokemon in the eggs.
Exactly. Even
Hatena.
Hatena.
A lot that you
Even Hatena. I didn't have a Hundo Hatena. I still don't have a Hundo Hatena. So Hatena can go to hell.
Yeah.
Elekid, I think it's a funky little Pokemon. I like it, so I don't necessarily mind it. That thing didn't sparkle or hatch anything good.
It was hatching a lot, though, wasn't it? Elekid was hatching a lot.
Some batches were very Elekid heavy, others were very Tinkating heavy. So as it turns out, in terms of the egg pool, I got a lot of Tinkating just overall. Best came away.
Milo.
Shout out to Kiwi Steve, actually. His egg gave me the 98%, which I was very content with.
I got a 96% Tinkating. From an egg.
Do you not have the geotag?
I
mean, if it says like London or Grantham there, granted, it's going to be difficult to tell, but I know immediately I see New Zealand, it's like, it's Steve. But I will say now, because the video has been done, I finally hatched the shiny Charcadet from the egg.
You did?
I was very happy to get that one ticked off. It's much better in-game than you would think. And even afterwards, hatching extra eggs, I've ended up with 2 shiny Charcadets. The eggs have come through. The wild spawns were really solid. Got a ton of Pikachu and the Florigato. And even the Sprigatito decided to sparkle. And a Slugma as well, which was fantastic.
Good old Sluggy.
Can't argue with the Slugma. Honestly, I thought this event was really solid, and I personally enjoyed it.
My Charcadet could have been from Masterful 27. It's from Blackrock County, Dublin.
Oh!
That might be from him, yes.
Might be. Ian, congratulations. You've got an Irish
Tinkating.
I obviously didn't play the game anywhere near as much as Milo, but let's face it, who in the whole world does? I ended up with 7...
Get your vote in now.
I ended up with 7 Tinkating, which was more than I wanted, more than I needed. And I did sort of transfer half of them because they were 2 stars. There's no point keeping them. You're not going to do anything with them.
Yeah, because I forget you don't trade.
I've got who am I going to trade with?
One of us.
You're
One of us.
You're
When you see
110 miles away, and Mark's even further.
We'll see each other. Oh, I forget you basically keep a living dex of
I
everything.
keep a living dex. I play with about 200 to 300 storage, so
He's playing on full capacity.
Yeah, he flies with it, don't you? You just fly with it.
pretty close
Extra
to
baggage.
it. My event was a lot quieter than yours too, mainly because obviously wasn't out doing stuff as much. Although as part of recovery, I do need to walk more to kind of build my muscles up again. And I did get the shiny Florigato on the way to the doctor's surgery.
Very nice.
So that was 1 tick. And then sat on my couch on Sunday. No, it was bank holiday. No, it wasn't Monday. Sunday night, I just happened to tap on a random Pikachu in the wild, and that was shiny as well. So I got
nice.
both of
Lovely.
the shinies that this event really
Le Capitan.
afforded us. So happy with that.
So you should be, Ian. That's a fantastic little
Yes.
thing there.
Particularly in your current state and situation, I think that's smashing.
It's not too bad. It's called Karma.
Welcome, trainers.
So, yeah, I mean, we've not done it for a while, but are we going to give this one an overall quick score out of
Yeah, why the hell not? Why the hell not?
10?
Yeah. Who wants to kick it off?
I think this event was okay. There's quite a lot to chase. I'm going to give it a 7. It could have been slightly better, but a lot of that was down to my mobility. But it wasn't bad actually. I enjoyed the event. 7.
Yeah, it was a fun little event actually. You know, it was nice to sort of play it a little bit in Ireland. Shout out to my niece who will not be listening to this show because it's not, but she is now playing Pokemon Go. And I've got the game downloaded on her phone. I put some Pokestop nominations around her house now, so she can get some Pokestops and spin them from where she lives. So that's us putting it a bit into the game. But she enjoyed catching sort of the Pokemon in the event. She was catching them on my phone. She loved Snowrunt. She said Snowrunt was probably one of her favourites during the event. And,
Great shiny as well.
Is a solid shiny. She's up to level 10 already now in the game, and she's been playing it for just under 4 or 5 days now. So she's doing well, bless her. And she picked Charmander as a starter Pokemon. Great choice.
Good choice.
I liked it. It was a nice little event. I think for me, you know, I don't go hard on eggs anymore because they're a con. I don't collect hundos, so it doesn't bother me in any way whatsoever. Charcadet being available in it in a minimal pool was quite good. I think for anyone who does chase shinies, fair play. I think in the wild, I think, like I said, actually, other than the Pikachu and the costume cat, it's good. It's a couple of things to chase there. And I think that's what events should be. 3 ways to catch them, you know, through research. Also in the wild, I like that. I think that's really helpful. So I'd give it a solid 8, I think. It was entertaining enough to keep my niece entertained, which I think is a good measure of an event, even though that'll be her first event or first time playing the game. So an 8. But Milo, come on, you've played the hell out of this event. I want to know.
Yes. It's very tempting to one-up you and go all the way up to a 9, but I'm going to stick with you in an 8. Just because when you play it for such a huge amount of time, there were so many spawns in this event that were very difficult to catch. You had a bunch of the starters. You had evolved starters, which, oh my God, I don't want to see another Florigato as long as I dare live. Seriously, it was a pain.
Or Quagsire.
Quagsire, I think, was a bit of a missed opportunity because how fun would it have been if you could get a shiny Quagsire in the wild? Just a little extra something, hey. But I honestly thought for once the eggs didn't feel like a con to me. Like, you played it and maxed out the eggs.
A small pool is always better.
Small pool was good. I know I probably got quite lucky with the Charcadets and even nabbing a hundo off it in the end, which was nice. But I felt like the new Pokemon Tink was hatching frequently from it, and that's kind of what you want, is the new feature Pokemon to be accessible. So you could have hatched on Infinite Incubator and probably got yourself a Tink anyway. Tasks were good, spawns were solid, shiny boost felt legit. So yeah, I'll bump it to an 8 from me personally for this.
There we go. Rating an event. That's what we do here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we kind of stopped doing it, didn't we? I don't know why.
We did, yeah.
Do you know what 8 is, Ian? other than being a number?
No, what is 8?
Infinity stood upright.
sideways.
It's 3 more than 5. 8 is. 5's is the amount of tickets we've got to give away.
Is a
Oh, it
burger
is.
shop.
Yes, we do have 5 tickets to give away.
GoFest Global.
Do we have a funky jingle for it?
I mean, we
You can
don't
play
need
the
that.
award show one if you want.
Yeah, but we don't need it now. We'll be obviously doing that later. But we'll be doing that later in the show. But yeah, just to keep everyone on track.
Welcome, trainers.
To the ticket giveaway.
Welcome, trainers, to the ticket giveaway. But hey, yeah, that is coming up. So keep tuned, everybody.
I feel like we just keep postponing it.
I think it's happening tonight. Don't worry, Milo. It's
We're going
today.
to start the outro music and be like, oh, wait, we forgot to do it.
Yeah.
Should we go into a bit more news now? Should we get news part 2 with these new events that have just recently been revealed, much to the surprise of everybody in the Pokemon Go space.
The news part 2.
But, very good, Milo. Part 2.
Is the news.
Thought we weren't going to have a lot of news tonight, but yeah, it's changed. And Pokemon Go has given us a splattering of new events coming up on our calendars. And the first one we're going to talk about is the Growing Up event in Pokemon Go. Please don't be put off by the image that goes with it. There is more to it than Swablu, Magikarp, and the other little thing. Wimpod, that's it. Thank you, Ian. But yeah, the Growing Up event will be taking part on Friday, May the 2nd, running through to Wednesday, May the 7th. That's 10 a.m. through to 8 p.m. local time. And we've got event bonuses for this. That is 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon, 2 times candy from hatching eggs,
Yay.
increased chance to hatch a shiny Wimpod,
Oh, no.
increased chance to encounter shiny Magikarp, shiny Swablu, and shiny Wimpod. Or maybe that is
No. 2 previous Gondamons.
and there's an increased chance to encounter XXS and XXL Pokemon in the wild. Obviously, you can just keep your XXLs for a little bit. There we go.
This event has got me
Fan-flocking-tastic.
running scared already. Oh my god. I don't think any of us need any more shiny Swablus or Magikarps, for heaven's sake. Anyway. I actually don't need any more shiny Wimpod, but that's a bit of a flex.
Ooh, Ian.
The wild encounters that
I'm
you can
proud
get
of you,
during
Buster.
this event.
I am.
Yeah, occasionally you've got to flex. The wild encounters for this event are, boys, I apologise in advance. They're not good. Magikarp, Whalmer, Swablu, Fungus, Dedenne, Cutiefly. Okay, those last 3 aren't too bad. Wimpod, Rookie D, which cannot be shiny, and Nimble. Everything can be shiny except for Rookie D.
Dear God.
I'm sorry.
It could be worse, though. And it is with the event eggs.
Goodness.
These are definitely not things to be chasing. So in the 2-kilometer eggs during the course of this event, you'll be finding Happiny, Riolu, and Wimpod. Yeah, that's good. 5-kilometer eggs, though, might be interesting to anybody outside of Europe, is Mime Jr., and 10-kilometer eggs will have Toxel in them. The return of Toxel for the first time since Go Wild.
Indeed, but we need to remember these will not be the only ones in the eggs.
Indeed. So they may look like, those are the only Pokemon, but it says the following Pokemon will hatch from 2-kilometer eggs. Additionally, Mime Jr. will be available to hatch from 5-kilometer eggs, and Toxel will be available to hatch from 10-kilometer eggs. If you're lucky. So you're going to be hatching probably 6 million Smoliv from your 2Ks instead. So really, the eggs are something to be avoided. The only extra note is Toxel may still hatch from 10-kilometer eggs after the event has finished. So finally, Toxel is coming to the general part of the game.
Yeah, imagine if you just had like a batch of 10k eggs and all that kept coming out with like Toxels. It'd be like, Toxel, 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 Toxel.
Lovely.
Red Toxel, woohoo! Ian's got this one as well, actually. Shiny Toxel. Very good.
Yeah,
Ian.
I might just have a red Toxel.
What a flex.
You are flexing tonight, Ian. You really are. Well, this event is also going to flex in its own way because there's field research task rewards that will be part of it. If you complete the field research tasks, you will earn encounters with event-themed Pokemon, remember that. And there was a
Yay.
paid time research, yes. They've gone for that price tier again, $4.99. or the equivalent price in your local currency, you'll be able to access event-exclusive time research. And the time research rewards will include the following. 1 Swablu, 2... No, I'm joking.
You joke, but that actually could be a thing.
I've just seen it. It's 4 down.
It is.
Yeah, God. You get 1 incubator, 15 pineapple berries, 3,000 Stardust, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, including
Jesus Christ.
Swablu, Lucario, Wimpod, Tandemaus.
Ooh,
and
okay.
more. And an event-themed avatar post. And you can give tickets to anyone that you have on your friends list, that have the friendship list level of great friends. Or I'm just watching the dude throwing a paper aeroplane now. Love it. There we go.
It's not as good as the hammer pose, I'm afraid.
No.
I didn't get that because I didn't get the ticket.
Well,
Wah.
there we go. You'll be getting a flying plane, potentially. So,
Well, potentially. But you know what you'll be getting? You'll be getting collection challenges during this event. As if it couldn't be any worse, there will be hatch-focused collection challenge. Hatch. I said it. Hatch. Hatch-focused collection challenges to receive XP, Stardust, and an encounter with Tandemaus. So, Niantic, we keep saying people don't want Hatch-themed collection challenges because it just doesn't work.
Doing it. Have you noticed that they're doing a hatched-focused collection challenge when there are multiple millions of things coming from eggs?
Yep.
It was exactly the same on Spring and Spring. You had to hatch about 7 or 8 different Pokemon, which many people couldn't do. Now you've probably got a hatch-focused collection challenge to get the Pokemon that I read out earlier in amongst all of the other normal Pokemon from eggs. So
all of the crap that normally hatches from these eggs, and then you're
just
going to
a
have
cash
to
grab.
get that. That's not good. But boys, there will be Pokemon showcases. That's still a thing, as is the Pokemon Go web store, which will be flogging you
Still a
an
different stock, apparently.
growing up ultra ticket box for $4.99, which will give you a bonus incubator. You're going to need it, but people, you are going to need it.
Jesus Christ.
do you guys want to know something really exciting, actually, as we just talked about that event?
Always.
So before I went away to Milan, I had 2 stops outside my house,
Flex.
which is a flex.
Yeah, definite flex, yeah.
When I came back, I've now got 3 stops outside my house. And
You have a Wayfarer.
yeah,
You've got to stop nominating your garden gnomes, Mark. They're not eligible.
This is Jimmy.
meet Stevie, and this is Penelope on the other side of the garden.
Nobby.
Not Milo.
Nobby the gnome.
Nobby the gnome. You know, it'd be Norbot, won't it, Ian? Is it Norbot the gnome? Or what was it?
Norbot the gnome.
Norbot. What was it on the Wallace and Gromit Christmas film? Norbot.
Yes.
Oh, I got about 10 minutes into it and I was bored stiff with that new one.
Oh, right, moving on.
But anyway, as I just upset Mark for saying that I found Wallace and Gromit boring at Christmas, if you live in Japan or Korea, there will be some regional bonuses for you during this event. Now, don't get your hopes too high because they're not that good, but you will get a timed research awarding XP, Stardust, and 1 lucky egg and more. Completing field research tasks to earn Wimpod candy and encounters, plural, Tandemaus. And evolving Riolu to get Lucario that knows the fast attack, Force, Palm. And you'll also have 2 times Stardust for catching Mons and half egg hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators during the event period.
Tinkerbators. Love it.
Tinkerbators.
Nice.
Tinkerbators.
Oh, that's the other thing. There's no half-hatch distance for this one.
There is if you're in Korea or Japan.
Yeah,
Well, South Korea or Japan.
boys, we're buying a ticket.
We're going.
No, not for that.
So straight away, Milo's looking, 24-hour grind here.
Yeah.
24
Japan.
hours South Korea. Fantastic.
South Korea, you'd be all right. 24 hours in North Korea, could be interesting.
I can see the thumbnail now.
I survived.
I've played Pokemon Go in North Korea for 2.4 minutes.
2.4 minutes.
I've got
Someone
a
else
feeling
had
you
to
couldn't
upload this
play
for me.
Pokemon Go in North Korea.
You can't. But he finds a way of doing like a
I'll be
normal.
there going,
What's that thing?
why
where
can I
you-
not get the game here?
What's that thing where you mask your IP address? Was it North? What's it called?
NordVPN.
North.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
Imagine that. Bringing accessibility to North Korea. That'd be fantastic.
Goodness me.
Yeah, but there we go. That's the event. And yeah, going back to my initial comment I made, fear that one. The image is exactly what it is. So, oh, God.
Terrible.
Yeah, Taco Bell, exactly, Milo.
Well,
Taco Bell.
we say that fear these things because of images. The next event we talk about has Nidoqueen and Nidoking on the picture.
And something new.
Yes, indeed.
They're wearing crowns.
Yeah, literally, Nidoqueen and Nidoking have crowns on this one.
Yeah, good.
And that's because the event's called the Crown Clash.
Ooh.
And when does it run from, Ian?
Well, it's funny you should ask. It runs from Saturday. Yes, Saturday launch for an event, May the 10th at 10 a.m. your local time, and it will run for 8 days. It'll finish on Sunday, the 18th of May, 2025 at 8 p.m. your local time.
Boys, it's happened. An event has actually lasted for more than a week.
Yes.
Oh, heaven. Heaven.
And they haven't used the term week in the title.
No.
What event bonuses can we get during this, or 8 or nearly 9-day event, I guess? It's 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon, an increased chance to encounter Shiny Nidoqueen wearing a crown and Shiny Nidoking wearing a crown, Shiny Slowpoke, Shiny Combi, and Shiny Litleo. So lots of shiny
There's a lot of shiny
chances
boost
there.
there.
Yeah.
One is good for Mega, one is good for Stardust, one is terrible. And catching a Slowpoke may award a King's Rock.
And funny is, Shiny Litleo has literally only just been an event.
Yes.
And it's coming back literally a month later.
Litleoli. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Litleoli. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Little.
The male Shiny Litleo does elude me, and I think it probably eludes a lot of people, to be fair.
Actually, since I've been flexing all that, it doesn't elude me. I've got one.
Oh, God, look at this, eh?
What's happened here? Vass has taken...
I've taken Milo's flex.
That's
my aura with this one.
I've got like a little counting. I think that's your third flex on the show, Ian. So well done.
You notice he's not playing the jingle for when I flex.
Well, I did it once. Once is enough.
Come on, Whitfield. What Pokemon are we going to see the debut of? Because it's a big boy. It's a big blade boy.
It is a big blade boy, but there's a small detail that is kind of a bad taste in your mouth, as it were. So King Gambit, which is the big blade Pokemon, will make its Pokemon debut. This is the Pawniard Bisharp Gen 9 third stage evolution, which is really, really cool to see. But it has that funky arrow pointing up on the text, which we'll come to in a bit. And obviously new costume Pokemon will be the Nidoqueen and Nidoking wearing crowns. They are with an asterisk saying, if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. However, the all-important up arrow, you can evolve Bisharp into King Gambit after you defeat 15 dark or steel-type Pokemon in raid battles with Bisharp as your buddy.
Well, that's fine. If it's your buddy, it doesn't need to be part of your battle party.
Correct.
No, but you have to beat specific raid battles, which has never
dark or
been
steel type
done before. Beforehand, it was just defeat these types of Pokemon. I think, for example, to get Annihilate, you had to defeat 30 ghost or fighting Pokemon, which you could do with Team Rocket and gym battles. This you specifically have to do raids, and as the event information will divulge, we'll come on to later, there's not much choice.
There's not much choice, and the event lasts for 8 days. So really, if you want to do it within the event window, you need to be doing 2 raids a day. However, we do know that you don't necessarily have to evolve this during the event window. But it's still not good. It's still not good. Now, your wild encounters for this event are as follows. Oh my god. I'm sorry, people. I draw the short straw again. Slowpoke, Slackoth. Okay, Whitfield will take that one. Piplup, Combi, Snivy, and Litleo. They're your wild spawns. They can all be shiny, which is the only sort of good thing about it. But I will take this. Some trainers might even encounter the following. In the wild, Pawniard.
Solid.
Very good. Should we... I mean, the raids are obviously part of this.
Do we have 1-stars?
We have a few here.
Must have 1-stars because Marky loves a 1-star.
Yeah, let's be honest with you. These raids are potentially ones that will work towards your 15 that you need to do. So
they all will actually. Yeah,
all will. So that's helpful. So 1-star raids are Sneasel, Clinky, and Pawniard. So all can be shiny, which is helpful. And then the 3 stars are the aforementioned
not so much for them.
Nido Queens and Nido Kings wearing their crowns. But that's your progress right there. And I need another Clink. So and Pawniard, if it's a free raid pass and it helps towards the other thing.
I will raid Pawniard. I definitely will raid Pawniard.
It's just that you have to defeat 15 of 1-star raids to be able to
I'll raid 15 Pawniards if it gets me a couple of blue ones.
To evolve 1 Bishop. So that probably means, yes, you can evolve it, but don't just yet.
Milo's not happy with this, is he, Ian? You can feel
he's not, because he knows he's going to have to work. And
he's going to have to.
I just don't like, being forced to raid things to get an evolution, which means I probably won't do it.
Hang on, how have you got the brass neck to say, I'd be forced to raid things? You will literally raid a teabag if you could.
That's not true. Actually, I didn't raid Sinisty.
Teabag.
Okay, teacup.
There are certain lines in the sand that I will not cross.
Is Sinisty like the? Is that like a branch evolution from Sinisty, or is that like
Teabag?
Teabag.
Teabag. That's his baby version.
Imagine if that comes out of you.
TPC, you can have that one.
In special 7-kilometer eggs, you can hatch a teabag.
Teabag.
So it's a regional exclusive to the UK.
Teabag. And there's a rare variation of it, a bit like the teacup. That's a little mark on the bottom called a split teabag. They rarely happen, but if you've got one, it's a 1 in 850,000 chance of finding it.
You're getting a split teabag. Things that will be a little bit more common than those odds are the field research tasks, which will give you event-themed Pokemon.
Nice and specific there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, and speaking of specifics, we're going to get more collection challenges. There will be a collection challenge based around catching and evolutions. So, again, they're making us do stuff again to reward XP Stardust and an encounter with Pawniard. Additionally, trainers level 31 and above will receive 1 guaranteed Candy XL for evolving Pokemon after completing the collection challenge. Not before, after.
That's how they get you.
That is how they get you. Right there. We've also got other bits that are exciting. You've got the showcases, and we've got a web store bit.
Yeah, that's still a thing, yeah.
That's still a thing, and if you still haven't used it yet, you still can get that 50% discount on your first web purchase. It has to cost $9.99 more.
And is this the first event they've mentioned the Track Pokemon feature that's been in the game for over a month now?
It is, Ian. It is. But what is it, E?
Well, basically, if you go into your Pokédex, there's a toggle now where if you want notifications about a specific Pokemon, so for example, Mark with...
Ian?
I can't even bring myself to say it.
Swablu.
Not Swablu.
Swaddle.
Yeah.
Swaddle.
So Mark with Swaddle or Del Hazard with Psyduck.
He has it set
Milo,
up for
or Ian with Plusle.
Or me with... no. Or Milo actually being a genuine one here. Milo with Slackoff. You can toggle it on.
You can use it for Unoan. It's brilliant. Yeah, you get a little sense of an Unoan popping up somewhere.
So it's quite good, but it can get very tedious very quickly. Let's put it that one way, especially for more common Pokemon.
Yeah, if you're hunting for Mesprit, I can imagine when it does go off, I bet you're going, right, drop everything. Drop everything.
I'll find my Elite Guardian. Well, there we go. That's another event in May. And as if all of that wasn't enough to fill your boots, there is one more thing in May. You probably could have guessed it, because if you put 2 and 2 together, there's one missing from Johto. Dynamax Suicune is getting its Max Battle weekend, much like the others, overlapping on an event weekend. So, Dynamax Suicune will be available from Saturday, May the 10th at 6 a.m. your local time.
A little bit before this new event that's starting.
Yes, 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, who's going to be out raiding at 6 a.m.?
Not me. I can definitely guarantee that one. But it concludes, of course, when Sunday, May the 11th finishes at 9 p.m. That's the latest time you can do your max battles. So just under 2 days, basically. And Dynamax Suicune Max Battle weekend debuts. Surprise, surprise, Dynamax Suicune.
There we go. And if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one, Milo, apparently.
Maybe. I mean,
I didn't from the others, so it would be nice.
Let's find out.
Well, with all these events, there's bonuses. Yeah, this one has them as well. And the following bonuses will be active during this said event. You'll be able to increase your max particle collection limit to 1,600. You'll get a quarter adventuring distance to receive max particles.
Wow.
You'll get power spots refreshing more frequently.
Wow.
And you'll be able to get 8 times max particles from power spots.
Wow.
And these bonuses will be active from Monday, May the 5th to Sunday, May the 11th, gives you a bit of time to sort of build up ahead of time. There's also another one here, 3/4 max particle cost for unlocking and powering up max moves.
That's handy.
That's helpful. So do it.
And there's a little bit of timed research to go along with this. We've noticed recently that all Gmax and Dmax mons are released have a bit of timed research to go along with them to help you out. This is no exception. There will be a free timed research available to trainers starting Monday, May the 5th, 6 a.m. your local time, and complete it to earn an encounter with a Dynamax Grookey. God, to round out your battle team when taking on Dynamax Suicune. Timed research tasks also reward Grookey Candy, max particles, and more to help power up your battle team. And because this is a timed research, it will expire if you don't claim all of the goodies from it. So ensure you do complete and claim everything by May the 11th at 9 p.m. local time.
Sick.
That is sick. Have you got the other ones of these guys? Have you done these when they've come out?
I didn't get anything on Raikou, unfortunately.
I didn't get the shiny
Raikou. Entei, unfortunately, at the time of recording this, haven't quite got there yet, so I'm hoping that
this
one
weekend.
can deliver. Yes, so it's one of these things where like the Pokemon are slightly different in the Dynamax battles because Suicune might actually be quite good, being a bit more tanky.
And because of the DMAX, it's going to be an easy takedown. Most of these are duoable.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a tough battle.
Plus, we've got some OG counters for this one. You've got the likes of Gigantamax, Toxtricity, even D-Max, Venusaur, etc. Grookey, the thing that gives you from the research.
This is what we said when D-Max and G-Max was first released, that as we get more into it, you'll build up more counters and the battles will become that bit easier. And this is showing that we are actually getting to the point now where these are becoming a lot more manageable. So it'll be an okay weekend. I don't think it's anything to make a big song and dance about, but especially since Suicune's probably the weakest of the 3 Johto beasts. But it'll be something worth going out to battle 1 or 2.
Yeah. Sure.
What do I think about them? I think May's a very good time to stop playing the game if you're an experienced player.
Have a break in May.
Have a break ahead of GoFest calendar season. I mean, let's be honest.
They normally do that, don't they? You normally, before GoFest, it normally quietens down a little bit. And these
it's good in a
way,
way,
I've got things I need from them, though. So, another little pod thing that'll be helpful.
You want a Magikarp, don't you?
I need one, Ian, with the 2025 date stamp on it. So
there you go.
Yeah. I'll be going for it. But I need a Wimpod. That'd be nice for the first event. And then let's be honest with you, it'd be nice to get one of those costume Nidos with the little crown on. That'd be quite nice, shiny. And I do still need a male Litleo. And a female combi, shiny, that is. So something to chase on that second event. But I'm really scraping the barrel a bit there, I think. What about you, boys? I think the last time going back as a flashback on the show, I sort of defended Swablu getting a com day. And I remember back then I got shot down in flames. What do you think about Swablu being featured in its own event now?
With a shiny boost.
Oh, God.
I'm going to scrape the barrel just a little bit deeper because there's one tiny crumb of comfort of interest that probably not many people will be paying attention to, is that because of Magikarp being an increased spawn during that growing up event, that's it, and the increased chance of an XXL Pokemon.
Oh, you're talking badge?
You could actually get yourself the Magikarp big badge done if you gave a toss. Which if you're going for platinum medals, you might do. Other than that, yeah, there's some boosted dust Pokemon in there. I like Dedenne personally; it's a cool Pokemon, and
it's still scraping.
Shiny Nimble's cool.
It's still scraping.
Yeah, I'm very scraping.
You stop scraping, Milo. I'm flipping it.
I'm not going to scrape on the other one. I'm going to agree with Mark. I want the Nido Queen and King with the costumes.
Yeah.
I'm a costume person. I like them. They look cool, and I need a male shiny Litleo.
I think Ian's got one of them. I don't know if that's...
I have a male shiny Litleo. I have a female shiny Litleo. I do need a second of either gender
Lord Smug.
to complete my set.
Lord Smug of Smugchester.
Both events, really, for me, they're not really setting any sort of fire under me. I'm not that excited. King Gambit, nice introduction, but it is going to be work to get, and I do still need more shiny Pawniard because I don't want to evolve my one and only one. So that's going to be a sort of a chase or wait. Yes, the shiny Nidos would be nice, but I'm not a massive costume chaser, so that overly isn't that impressive. I'm just hoping when we get the rest of May next week, it gives us just a little bit more to look forward to, because leading up to GOFest, the game always slows down a little, but this appears to be slowing down, in my opinion, quite a lot.
Almost like
especially
a Litleo,
the growing
isn't
up
it?
event.
Yeah, slowing down.
Stopping completely. The only extra bit of advice I might give is that if you look back at last year, they introduced Annihilate with its own event in January, I think it was, and then it was Mankey Com Day at the tail end of the year. So don't put it past the roadmap.
Pawniard is eligible. It could be a Com Day.
Very much eligible. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it either at the tail end of this year or a Com Day early next year. So don't feel the rush to get the Pokemon, because it does get exclusive moves from Gen 9, and it might actually be a hell of a lot better than it currently is. Don't know exactly how good it is right now.
Agreed. But Mark, you in particular have been teasing the audience for the last hour and a half. I think it's time to give these tickets away, don't you?
I think it's probably about time to do it. Yeah, it feels like it's probably a little bit sooner than I'd like to, but let's do it. Let's do it.
Show us a picture.
You just wanted to go over the end credits, didn't you? Oh, by the way.
I've got good news.
And after you announce the spotlight hours and the Max Mondays and all that, I go, oh, and on that news,
we forgot.
Yeah, so we are lucky, and we're, like I said this at the beginning of the show, we, the Incensed podcast, are giving away 5 codes to give you access to Global GOFest, the ticketed event. Thanks to our friends at Niantic, #sponsored, lovely opportunity to give this to our amazing listeners. So yes, and we're going to make it simple for you this time around. We're gonna use
no monochromatic. Hey Whitfield.
No.
So what word are we choosing then?
I think we'll go with the question that we talked about before the show. Make it easy.
Discombobulated.
No.
So we're not going to give a word for you to message us or reach out to us and tell us. We will explain where you send it to, but we are going to ask you all a question. And the question that we need to know the answer to is, where was the first GOFest held? The city it was held in 2017. That's the question. Where was the first ever GoFest held? So give us the city name. First ever live event, which went horrifically compared to how it is now.
Okay, so Kerry has just added that straight away in chat. Great, but you can't win the ticket through chat. You do need to do the following, don't you, Whitfield?
That's the first entry right there.
Come on, Witters. How's it go?
What?
How do people enter?
How do they enter?
Yeah.
How do they enter?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, attach the word to a brick and throw it through our window. No.
More people know where you live than know where we live.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just problematic, really. But no, what we'd like is some electronic communication utilizing X. You can DM us on X, or you can send an email to contact@incensedpodcast.com.
Yeah.
Use the proper spelling, not the one I did at the beginning of last week's show. So those are the 2 communication methods. What we'll do is we'll pick the names at random using a lucky wheel of fortune.
Absolutely.
And the competition is open. We're going to run this for 1 week. So you have between now, when the episode goes live, and the Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you, is when we're going to close the entrance. And that is going to be midnight UK time on the 4th of May, which would technically be the 5th of May, 11:59 p.m.
I think we can put like a 12-hour remaining countdown sort of thing on X.
Yeah.
So like, you got 12 hours left to go, so nobody's left out in the lurch.
There we go.
Yeah. All correct answers will be put into a hat, as Milo said, or Mark, and we will do an RNG. We'll pick the 5 winners at random.
Yeah. Get involved. The last time we did this, we were really pleased with everyone getting involved. We were able to give 5 people a lovely experience, and we're doing it again for GoFest Global. It's our way of saying thank you. And thank you for listening to the show, and hopefully We'll get loads of people entering it. So, yeah.
Please do not post your answer on social. This has to be done
No.
by DM or by
Yes,
email,
DM
as Milo
or
said.
email, not tagging us on a post or anything like that, I'm afraid.
Because your vote will not be counted, and you may still be charged for sending the message or the post. So yeah, there we go. That's it. So that is the competition explained flawlessly by the three of us. Please do give it a go. And if you've already got your ticket, but you've got a friend who hasn't, get them to enter it or enter on their behalf. Whatever way, you can give some love to someone you know and let them take part in the game.
Sharing is caring.
I'll be
And you
for
can only
my
enter
niece.
once. You can't send multiple entries.
No, only once. So, hat or wheel, we will decide in a week's time.
We will spin the hat and find out.
Spins the hat. But anyway, so that's nice. Lovely to do that. So we're now going to go into one of our favourite parts of the show. It is, of course,
Shinies of the week.
So I'll jump in first. Our first Shinies of the week is from Brunick76. This one's coming via the Shinies of the Week section of our Campfire server. And boys, you're not going to believe this. You might, but this is impressive. The Shundo G-Max Snorlax.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not even a lucky trade. You just got like legit. Jeez.
Yeah. And the message that goes along with it just says...
I'm really smug.
Boom. GG's, man. That is
Boom.
great.
That's
great.
I am
flex.
impressed on Gigantamax
Insane.
Snorlax Red Day. They were listening to our show when they caught that. That is absolutely...
What are the chances?
What are the chances? That's phenomenal. Well done.
Yeah, GG's.
No, that's fantastic. There are a couple in our lovely Patreon exclusive Discord in the hashtag Shinies of the Week channel. I'm going to roll these two together because they are from the same person. Elrus81 Ellen has, first of all, nice hatch. Shiny Charcadet.
Nice.
Fantastic hatch indeed, I would say.
Very.
So lovely there. And then a matter of days later, my first shiny Dynamax unfortunately made my daughter cry when I got it. It's a shiny Dynamax Squirtle. The good old 1-star battle delivered. So very, very nice indeed. Big congrats. You can use that versus Entei.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to mention this. So this happened about a week or so ago from our boy Kiwi Steve, 007, beta tester for Pokemon Go. He did well. He got the shiny legendary trifecta in a day. He got shiny Stack Attacker, shiny Blacephalon, and shiny Xerneas from the ticket.
What, from the past?
From the past, yeah.
Jeez.
Yep, there we go. And it was from the paid column, just to let everyone know as well. But yeah, I think he's probably the only person that's probably done that. So well done, Kiwi Steve.
Oh, damn.
That is crazy. GG's, Steve. My last one of tonight is from Mark Bailey, regular contributor to the podcast, and a little bit of a message that goes along with this one and a screenshot. The message goes, random Dynamax Krabby today. It's wet for a bank holiday, so I'm not expecting more. This event, however, has given me 3 Florigato and the Captain Pikachu, which I'm happy with, and the Gold Nimble too. Hashtag Shine as the Week.
Nice.
P.S. I have 4 shiny Remorays if you guys still need them next time we meet. And
Ian.
Mark has had the event, literally, everything we've said. And he also got the shiny Flight Sling as well. Wow.
Jeez.
That was obviously from the event prior.
That was from the spring and spring, yeah.
GG's, Mark. That is crazy.
That is some insane haul right there. Going to jump back into the Discord in the Flex It Good channel. There is no message attached to this. It's just a screenshot from the 1-3 or Theone3. I don't know which one, but a silver tier Patreon. Thank you for sharing this. Daily Adventure Incense, shiny Galarian Zapdos, yellow shiny Roadrunner, 2419 on the CP weather boosted. Huge congratulations.
Brilliant stuff. And we're going to round it out with our boy Nakeem. Nakeem had a fantastic Gigantamax Snorlax battle day. It went well. And the community was splendid, which always helps. However, the hitbox on G-Max Snorlax, we're not mentioned in that, Nakeem. And there are the rules of the show tonight. But 12 battles, 4 ran, 8 caught, 2 shinies, great weather. Boom. There you go.
Smashed it.
Well done, Nakeem. But there we go. So that is the Shinies of the Week section.
Ian, I've got an idea, okay?
Okay.
Some say that this thing resembles a Gigantamax Inteleon.
But the reality is, it's more of a matchstick. All we know is it's
Magikarp.
it's time for the Incensed poll.
So we've got the poll results. As we were giving our answers to the main poll, I wanted to throw one of the conversations we had out to our audience as well tonight. So we've got 2 polls actually that are out.
Oh my god, he's 2 matchsticks.
I have. Behave, Milo. 2 matchsticks combined make one mighty sturdy structure.
Do they really?
I have you know. Which biscuit do you prefer? Bourbons or custard creams? 33 people have voted. And 48% of people say, how close is that? Chocolate bourbon. So 52.
It's all about the
cream.
custard cream. It's the king of the cream-filled biscuits.
It's the custard cream. A few posts. Cowboy Hat Caterpie has put a gif of Subway biscuit, which is obviously a cookie.
So even Kerry's just put in the chat. She says custard cream, but missed the poll.
David Silverman has put custard cream is less than a bourbon, but a bourbon is less for the penguin.
Penguin.
Actually,
yes.
speaking of penguins, do you know what you can get in the UK now? I saw this in, was it Morrison's at the weekend? I was very surprised. They now sell Tim Tams in the UK.
Do they?
What?
Anybody for an Australian craving?
Well, Jack MYG has said Sainsbury's, other supermarkets are available, sell malted milk custard creams. Game changer. There we go.
What is this fusion?
Well, there we go. That is the first poll, but this is the main poll. We've shared our favourite foods, or our favourite comfort foods. Which of these do you agree with? So we had 43 votes on this poll. And let's go to some of the responses first. So Barside has put a little gif of tapas. Loads of tapases on there. Dreamer Pogo has used the same gif of tapas. Tapas, of course. Lucy Davis has put biscuits, especially those chocolate ones. In brackets, not the custard creams. Mark Bailey has put Noah voted biscuits, and Saul Haberfield has put biscuits or cake with a little gif of the Jaffa Cake Man jumping on the box.
Nice.
Despite the gifs, in third place with 26%, we got tapas in there. Yes.
Yeah, it's not really a comfort food.
Well, they're
is
not
it?
refined enough, are they, to really understand what tapas is? That's
No one understands.
setting it out. It's an event. It's part of the comfort experience. But in second place, it was quite it's close actually. 26% was third. 33%, exactly a third of the vote, came second, and that was crisps. And then 42% of people said biscuits.
Nice.
That's just because all the Americans are like with the gravy.
And they're easy.
So you're saying that because we chose the English correct
Your
thing,
word has 2
I
meanings.
won on a technicality.
It's got basically biscuits / cookies in the UK, but then obviously there's biscuits that you have with your food in America.
Goodness me, which are actually scones.
Exactly.
Ian, are you American? Have we asked that yet?
He is.
Ian, you love it out there, don't you? You can't
I do
wait.
love America. Well, last few times I've been, there's always a chance I won't do, but yeah, I do. It's my vibe. A lot of places are.
Chicken vibe. Anyway, there we go. They are the poll results. What's chicken called in America, Ian? Is it
American
Chicken. Yeah.
beef.
Just chicken?
Depends where you go. It could just be rats some places.
Rats? What? What did you say? Rats.
Could just be rat.
A rat. Chicken and banana.
I'll get one of those feathered rats, please.
Some of these restaurants, you don't know what you're getting.
Get Gordon Ramsay out there. He needs to do a bit more. Right. Anyway.
Kitchen nightmares.
Oh, I love it. Well, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to 220. The show is done now, and we hope you have enjoyed the podcast. If you haven't done so already, please hit that lovely little follow, subscribe button on your usual podcast platforms. And also leave us a review. 5-star review.
Nice.
Right. Can someone leave us a review? Right. I've asked this every single time I close one of my hostess shows. We've had no reviews. Come on, review us.
Por favor.
The website I used to use to check for reviews doesn't actually give you all the Apple reviews anymore, so I have to log into each different iTunes account from around the different places to see them.
Just looked on Spotify, because we like to keep track on that. We're currently at 4.9 as an overall rating.
Surprise.
But now 348 reviews. Oh,
2 more. Can we get 2 more by next week?
2 more. Do it. Do it, please. But yeah, please leave us a review. Do it on WhatsApp. Send a message on there giving us a review. We want to listen and hear what you think about the show. Please follow us on our social media platforms. We have talked about X, Insta, and all the other stuff at the beginning, including the good old-fashioned way. And that is one of the ways you need to use to enter our competition. And that is our Incensed podcast. Obviously, that's not the email address. Ian, what's the email address again, just so people know?
contact@incensedpodcast.com.
There we go. And that way you can keep updated with all the latest stuff. Using hashtag Shinies of the Week on our social media platforms will also give you the opportunity to be featured in our Shinies of the Week section.
But of course, we wouldn't be here creating the podcast to the, I guess, standards that we like to put out there. Were it not for all of our wonderful Patreon supporters, every single person, no matter which tier you are on, you are very much instrumental to keeping this podcast rocking and rolling in the forwards direction. So,
and good news.
What?
Tony of Pride, one of our bronze members, upgraded today to the silver tier.
Welcome, Tony. Thank you. Welcome again, but in a different level. That's brilliant news.
Level up.
Paul said in the chat, standards, when will we see that?
Standards, that's a good question.
Yeah, maybe roadmap. That's the Incensed roadmap. Maybe in 2038.
See, our roadmap is even longer-winded than Niantic's. But anybody who's on the bronze or the silver, which Ian downloaded this sound effect for.
There's only so many sound bites with the word silver in it.
Go silver.
It took a long time to even find that one.
And particularly our
Gold member.
We thank you very much, each and every one of you. It is, of course, customary that we read out both the and the
Gold
members. We will start with the silvers first, who are KLXVI, Del Hazard, Spin Diana, Laurie Beck, Steve in Norway, CC is Mad, MacFloof, Saul Halberfield, Lizzie George, Xander Van Driese, Neonet, Ellen Rushton, James Alexander, Northern Soph, Tom Cattle, Charlie Todd, Robert Wilson, Miss Summer of 69, Malcolm Grinter, Geordie Castell, The Hot Weasel, and Shiny IKEA Mom. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. We hope you enjoy the little random extra bits of video we put up on Patreon for the
Which
silver.
we still haven't done.
And have you not done it? For Christ's sake. I thought you were incapacitated with nothing else to do.
I was incapacitated.
Very much entirely. We will get that. There's 2 or 3 in the backlog, so you'll have an influx of extra Patreon content coming your way. But our wonderful
Gold member
are the following. We have JB, Kerry and Zachary, Barside 2, Mandy Croft, Mr. Mossam, Mufti, and Twiggy25. Thank you very much, sincerely, to each and every one of you guys who take your pledge to the maximum and who get to enjoy the raw chaos every single week that you can do here on the live recordings.
Woo!
Because there's nothing short of disaster.
Whitfield.
And of course, we would like to give a extended thank you to our behind-the-scenes team, the admin duo, Sue and Francesco, for all that they do for this podcast and us. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. There we go. Let's see how much longer I can stall this on before Ian interrupts me with some good news. Ian, help me.
Well, before you run out of words, Marky, I have some bad news.
Oh,
What?
The filling in the early week sandwich next week is Tuesday's Spotlight Hour, which will be Abra. Mark hasn't put me the bonuses in there, so I don't know what it is. Hang on.
A supported Pokemon for your
I think it's
chest.
excellent catch bonus. Or it's XP.
Oh, okay. Still, could be worse.
Could be. What? Why
Don't
does-
worry, it is. More terrible news.
What?
On April the 28th, the max Monday that you can be subjected to for 60 minutes of your valuable life is Phalanx, with no bonuses, might add.
I wasn't bothered to mention that. Go on, one of you, do it. Raid hours, Wednesday. Go.
Since mine's the filling of the sandwich, Milo may as well. yeah.
Great, terrible news, boys.
More news, what?
The space duck is around for another week.
No more.
Oh,
No more. No.
How much Cresselia is too much Cresselia?
I've done one.
1.
That was too
No
much.
more. No more, please.
Welcome, trainers.
Cresselia. I love what that is in French. But anyway, on all that news, I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.
I choose you!